Hello students, here we're going to talk about using another software application called ExcelSolver to help you solve these transportation and assignment type problems. As you learned in the previous videos, you learned about the concept of transportation modeling. We can use Lindo to solve transportation modeling. However, we want to introduce a different application called Solver for two reasons. Number one, Solver, like Lindo, is an optimization modeling tool. It gives you additional capability. It seems to work very well with transportation and assignment type problems because just by virtue of what you learned in the previous two lectures, the transportation assignment problems, you set them up in a row and column format. Very easy to set up that way. So you'll find that use of Solver in some applications is a lot easier, particularly when you're dealing with transportation problems. Okay. Now, the next couple of videos you're going to look at, you're going to see illustrations of how to use ExcelSolver. We're going to teach you how to set up a model, and then we're going to teach you how to run Solver, converge it to a solution. However, the application is done in Office 2003, and as many of you know, Office 2007 and 2010 came along, and there were drastic changes made to Excel, so much so where a lot of the functionality has changed. So the purpose of this video is to show Office 2007 and 2010 users how you activate Solver as well as how to run Solver application. From here, keep in mind that when you look at the next two videos, they're done in Office 2003, but the functionality is the same. I kept those videos primarily because they're very good videos in telling you how to set up the problem, and that's really the purpose of those videos. This video is to tell you how to activate Solver for Office 2007 and 2010 users. Okay, here I have a model set up, and as you see, once you have Solver activated, you go over to Data. You hit the icon called Data, and in Data you'll see that on the far right you have a thing called Data Analysis and also Solver. I already have my Solver activated, but that's how you get access to Solver. In Excel 2003, there's an icon called Tools that you don't have in 2007, and you activate Solver through the Tools icon. Two things that you have to be aware of. Number one, you probably have Excel 2007, you may not have Solver activated. In other words, when you go to Data, you don't see this Data Analysis or Solver at the far right hand side. So the first thing you need to do is to activate Solver. So let's show you how to activate Solver. Okay, in the event that you don't have Solver activated, that means when you go to Data, on the far right hand side under Analysis, you don't see a Solver icon button. All right, what you need to do, first of all, go to the Microsoft Office button, which is located at the top left hand side. Click the button, and then go to the bottom, all the way down to the bottom where you see Excel Options. Click Excel Options, and another dialog box comes in. What you want to click is Add-ins, because you're basically going to be adding the Solver application. Click Add-ins. Once you click Add-ins, you'll see that another dialog box comes up, yet another one. Go all the way down to the bottom of that and click Go. Once you click Go, here's where you see the primary add-ins features from Microsoft Office 2007. Alright, this is similar to Office 2003, you just get to it in a different way. So you'll see that when you're watching the videos and we show you how to activate ExcelSolver for Office 2003, you'll get to this dialog box. Once you're in the dialog box, you will see Analysis Toolpack, Analysis Toolpack VBA. Click both of those and also click the Solver add-in. Now, if you don't have any of these, you're going to have to load in your Microsoft Office 2007 Excel and then find it within that application. But Solver does come with Office 2007. So if you have Office 2007 or 2010, you definitely have Solver. You may need to activate it. Chances are it's already activated and you won't even have to go through this step. Okay, once you click Solver Add-in, click OK. And then what happens, I now have Solver activated, which means when I go over to Data to get to Solver application, click Data. All right, and you'll see on the far right hand side I have Data Analysis. I also have Solver. This is what we're going to primarily use for transportation and assignment type problems. You'll also see that it works very well with nonlinear programs, so we're going to come back and use it for nonlinear programming. In Operations Research 2, we're going to use it primarily for linear and nonlinear programming. So Solver gives you another tool in your toolbox. You have Lindo right now, you're learning Solver, and there's a variety of different applications we're going to look at in Operations Research 2 to give you a full suite of tools to do a lot of different types of modeling, optimization modeling, both from a deterministic point of view and stochastic. You'll find that in Operations Research 2 we're going to be doing simulation and modeling, so we're going to be adding some capability to Excel so that it gives you stochastic capability. So we give you a lot of different tools that you can use to do optimization modeling and stochastic modeling as well. Alright, so that's how you activate Solver. And once you have Solver activated, remember that for Office 2007 it's extremely different from Office 2003. To get to the Solver, I hit the icon Data. In Office 2003 there's an icon called Tools that I hit, and that gives me the Solver. But for Office 2007 and 2010 users, click Data. Once you click Data, Solver will be on your far right hand side. Right, now that I activated Solver, how do I use Solver? Okay, and you'll see that we're going to take you through the steps of using Solver. It's the same exact way whether you're Office 2003 or 2007 user or 2010. It's just that the access to get there is different. I have a model here. This is the PowerCo model. Now it's already set up, so when you go through the next couple of videos, it'll show you how to set it up in this way so that you could solve it for Solver. So I'm not going to go over how to set up the model. I'm only going to go over how to run it using Excel 2007 and 2010. Once you have the model set up and you're ready to converge to a solution, go to Data. So I go over to Data and then I click Solver, and the Solver dialog box comes up. This is the same exact dialog box that you're going to learn in the next few videos. And you'll find that we have a target cell, we have the changing cells, and we have the constraints. And again, I'm not going to go over that in this video. Be sure to hit Options. Make sure you do this. And when you hit Options, you got to assume linear model and assume non-negativity. Make sure those two are clicked. Very important. Then hit OK. Takes you back to the Solver window. Then you click Solve, and you see that we converge to a solution. So we have a solution, and that's our optimum solution. And again, the purpose of this video is to just show you how to activate and use Solver applications for Excel 2007-2010 users. Now watch the next couple of videos as it's going to talk about how to set up the model and how to set up the constraint functions. In fact, when you go to Solver, you'll see that you got to set the target cell. That's the objective function, either minimize or maximize. The changing cells are the variables that change, and then the constraint equations. This seems to be a lot easier to use than Lindo, although you'll find that in some applications Lindo is better. Solver is very good for applications where we have row and column type operations like a transportation or assignment model. Alright students, good luck, and be sure to watch the next couple of videos, as that's going to teach you how to use Solver and how to solve transportation models using Solver.